Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all. Hello, welcome everyone to today's episode of Parenting on Realities with Oge channel and page. We are on live. Please, if you join me, can you please share the video so that others will know that we are on? Share the video when you join so that others will know we are on live. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Still waiting for some people to come in so that we'll start. Remember, this is Realities with Oge channel, and we are here today for our parenting discussion forum. And the topic we have today is parents as ultimate role model. As you come in, please help me to share the video. Thank you so much. Help me to share the video when you come in. Thank you for that. So, I think I'll have to start. Today, my topic today is all about parents as the ultimate role model. First of all, I want to let us know what is a role model. Not that we don't know it, but let's touch it a little. A role model is that person whose behavior others want to emulate. A role model is that person whose behavior influences others. That is a role model. And as parents, the role model our children have is us. You as a mother, you are the role model that your children see. The same as you, as the father. You are the role model for your children. When a child enters into this world, you as a parent, you as a mother and a father, you are the one that brings these children into the world. And when they come in, they don't know anybody. They don't know any other person apart from you, the father, and you, the mother. You are the one that this child sees every time. So whatever you do is what they will do. The way you behave is how they are going to behave. The way you talk is how they will talk. The way you handle matters is the way they are going to handle matters. You are their first teacher. You are the first person they know in this world. And whatever you do is what they are going to do at that point. This is the reason why we should all be very, very careful, because you are the one. Whatever you are doing is what they are going to do. Your behavior will influence their life. Your behavior will influence their personality, who they become tomorrow. So this is why I brought this topic. Because most times we see people, we just want to make magic. You think that the way when you talk, they don't listen. You talk. You tell them what to do. You tell your children what to do, and you do another thing. It doesn't work. It doesn't go well. You are their role model. Whatever you do is what they are going to do. The way you handle things is how they are going to handle things. The way you feel is the way they are going to feel. When you are whatever you are doing, they are watching. They are watching you. Whatever you are doing, those children are watching you. This is the reason why we should be very careful as parents. How do you want your children to be? Let me tell you, if you have a character or you behave in a way that you know that is not acceptable within the society, it would be very, very good when you start bringing children into this world, you try to change. And if you know that you are not going to change, you don't want to change, it's better you stay without bringing in children into this world. But once you bring them in, everything has to change. That character, that behavior you have, you need to change it so that it doesn't affect, so that those children doesn't follow it. And you accept it as a normal way of life. That is how you want your children to behave. Then you continue. But to tell me that you will be behaving one way and tell them not to behave that way is not possible. Your talk, what you say, is different from what you do. They will not take what you say. The children of these days, they take what you do. They watch you. They watch what you are doing. And that is what they are going to do. That is exactly what they are going to do. So, if we want to mold our children's life, first, we should be very careful the way we talk. As you are talking, they are looking at you. If you are somebody that doesn't respect people, that talk anyhow, it shows in your children when they come outside. You see them talking anyhow. You see them not respecting people because they have been watching you. You don't respect people. They come out, they don't respect people. Are you the one that is always positive? You see your children, they become positive people. Whatever is happening, they are so optimistic because that is the way they see their parents. Whatever you are doing, they are following. How do you handle issues? When things happen, how do you take it? They are looking at you. Are you the type that will flare up at a little thing? So will your children do when they go out there. These are the kind of people they will become. How do you feel? How do you think? That is the same way they will think. When things happen, are you the one that thinks that cannot handle things that happens to you? The same way, the way you are doing is what they are going to do. That is why it is important. When whatever we are doing, we try as much as possible. Are you in a situation that is very hard for you to handle your emotions? But because of your children, you need to try as much as you can. Even if you don't know how to do it, go and learn how to do it, how to control your emotions in front of those children. If not, they are taking you out there. They are going to sell you out there. What you do is what they will do. If you are that kind of a person that always settle every matter, every issue with a fight. Those are the kind of people you see their children outside, they are always fighting. What I mean is that child, before a child starts going outside to meet other people, to meet friends who could influence them, you as the parent have to influence them with your own behavior. If you are able to influence them with your own behavior, when they go out there to meet peers who could influence them, it will not be easy for the peers to turn their life around. Except you are the one that does this and tell them this. If you are doing A, you are telling them to do B. They will follow you to do B. And when they go outside there, it's very, very easy for them to be influenced by their peers. It's very, very easy for someone to deceive them. That is why we should be careful the way we behave in front of our children. We should be very, very careful what we do in front of our children. I have a story of a time. There is this a friend to my child, one of my kids. This child is always, every time my child comes back, he will always have wounds on his body, and he will tell me, so person fought him. I was like, because I told them not to fight no matter what. Why would the person be fighting you? He will tell me one little mistake just like that, and the person, every time he comes back, is the same person. Every time is the same person. And I didn't want him to report the person to the school authority, because we are all from the same place and I would want to handle it. I said, okay, you just help me to show me the parents of this child so that I'll meet the parents. So we were in a shop one day and I saw this child's father. I was with my son and he said, this is the child's father. And I approached the man and said, please, sir, I'm so person, and my child and your child, they go to the same school, they are in the same class. This is what happened. This is what happened between them. He always come back with wounds on his face from your son. He's always fighting him. Please, can you tell your son to stop fighting him? This man picked up immediately. Who are you to order me around? Meanwhile, I put, please, can you? Who are you to order me around? Who are you? That is how you people command your husbands. Who are you? This man was shouting. I was so dumbfounded. I was just looking at this man. I was so... In fact, I don't know what I could call that. I just looked at him. In fact, that day, tears dropped off my eyes. I was just looking at him. What did I say wrong? Where did I go? I was so surprised. After everything, I now said, I just allowed him to finish whatever he was saying. And I now said, please, I didn't mean it. I don't know how you understood me. But what I am saying, look at what I am saying. Because this kind of a thing, if I report it, you know what it means. He now said, I could not even remember all that he said. But when I went out with my child, I just told him, did you understand anything? What that child was portraying out there is how the father is. He feels you can only solve any problem with violence. That is just the example. So this is what the kind of thing that happens when the way you behave is the way your child will behave. The man couldn't even allow me to finish what I was saying. He did not understand it and he did not ask. He just rushed on me and was shouting on me as if I'm even his wife. Then I now told my child, since it's like this, The father doesn't even want to listen, which means the children are taken up from him. This is what he does, solving every problem with violence. My dear, if such a thing happens, please don't be like him, but report. And that was how that stopped. When the child has reported twice, it stopped. So what am I trying to bring from this? Whatever you do inside is what your children are going to take outside. If you're somebody that thinks that you can solve every problem with violence, your children will always go out there to be violent. Whatever problem they see, they think is only because that is what they see. That's why we should be very, very careful the way we behave. So that these children, so that we will have a healthy society. Are you someone that doesn't respect others? Your children will go out there and will not respect anyone. They will not respect anyone. That's why we should be respectful. Respect everyone. Let your child learn that. Are you the person that will always look down on people? You see those type of people, when you see their children outside, they will look down on people. Nobody wants anything to them. That is why we should always be very careful. Whatever you do, there is this Igbo adage that says, that is exactly what happens. Whatever you do, your child follows. Whoever that child becomes tomorrow, it depends on you. If your child goes out there tomorrow, the way the attitude they give to others comes from you, the parents. The way they think is from you, is exactly what you are doing. The way they feel is exactly the way you feel. Gone are the days when you said you are given instruction. There is nothing like instruction with the children we have these days. There is nothing like instruction. I knew when we were growing up, you follow the instruction, whether your parents are doing the same or not. We always know parents that they will give you instruction, they are doing another. Not the children of these days. When you say something, make sure you are doing that. Sometimes I will say something and do another. My children will say, no, it doesn't work like that. Then I will change. I will just realize I will change. So this is what we all should be doing as parents. You are their role model. Whatever they are going to be tomorrow depends on what you portray now. The way you present yourself to them. That is who they are going to be tomorrow. Some parents want their children to grow up, make money, and come and look after them. You want them to be what you are not. How would they be what you are not? If you are now, that you are there now, you are just, let me call it being lazy. You're not doing anything. You don't want to work. You're just sitting down, waiting for money to come from heaven. That is who your children are going to be tomorrow. There is no magic. You are not going to make any magic about it. They are going to be like that tomorrow. They are going to be who you are. So if you want them to make money, start now to show them how to make money by doing it yourself. Not sitting down and thinking that they will be what you are not. They can't. Even if you are trying, you are hardworking and you didn't make money, they will follow your hardworking way and they will make it. But when you sit down and put your hands together at one place, thinking that my children are going to be this, my children are going to be that tomorrow, my children are going to be this tomorrow. Who are you today? It's only when you show that effort that they will follow suit. What do you want your children to be tomorrow? Before a child comes out and interacts easily with others and work together with others, it should come from the parents. How do you work together with them? How do you respect them? Because that is what they are going to take outside. What do you do in a situation when things go bad? The same thing you do is the same thing they are going to do outside. This is why you see most of these people, when they go, especially when you see a man that beats a woman, check that person. The father used to beat the man. Your children learn from you. You want your children to respect people, respect women outside. Respect their mother. Show that respect. You want your girls, you, a mother, you want your girls to get good husband. Respect their husband. Respect your husband at home. And that is who they will be when they go out there. There is no magic about it. There is no magic. Teach them by example, by showing example. Gone are those days when you teach them by just talking. Whatever they are doing, they are looking at you. Whatever you are doing, they keep on looking at you and they will follow you. Always include them in every decision you want to make. You are teaching them things, the kind of person they are going to be tomorrow. The way you behave inside the house influences their personality tomorrow. The way you relate with them will show how they are going to relate with others outside there. Are you calm? You will see them being calm outside. Are you the person that is always angry? You can't manage your anger. When your children go out there, they cannot manage their anger. That is who they are, who you are. Sometimes they said it's in the gym, yes, it is, but the environment can also influence a child. It might be in the gym, but if you're not there, even if the person that gave birth to that child is not around, the person taking care of that child at that point influences that child. Let's say I have a child. I did not grow up with that child. I wasn't there when the child grows up. There is no how I will influence that child with my behavior. That child will pick up the behavior of the person who brought him or her up. That is why we should be mindful of the way we behave, of the way we think, and of the way we feel. So that we give those children a very good upbringing. So that when they go out there, we have a healthy society. When you have influenced your child enough, it will be very hard for someone to deceive that child. It will be very, very hard. Your influence on that child matters a lot. So, my dear brethren, let us be a positive role model to our children. Let us be the positive role model that they need. Do not allow, it will be a very, very shameful thing that your child will take another person as a role model. Because there are children who are destined to be good, no matter what. And those kind of children, when they see that their parents are not getting it well, you see them picking up the character of someone by the side whom they have taken as a role model. Secondly, you as a parent, you as a mother, you as a father, try to be that role model to your children so that they don't pick up the bad characters outside. The way you talk to people will influence your children. That shows the way they will talk to people. In fact, your general behavior guides them out there. It guides them out there. They can only show what you have. What is inside them. And what is going to be inside them is what you will put in them. Not with your cane. That is why I keep on saying that using spanking, beating, insults doesn't give that child what you want. It doesn't give that child a good behavior. What will give your child a good behavior is you. When my children were growing up, at an early stage, I used to flog them. Then, all of a sudden, I now saw that the elder one will start flogging the other ones. I just held myself. I said, oh dear, this boy has learned this from me. I had to stop. I had to stop because he was learning from me. And you will think that is the only way to train children. That's the only way things could be happened. And then when he goes outside, he would just be using stick on people anyhow. I had to put a stop to that. I didn't stop it by talking to him or even spanking him more for doing that. No, I had to stop it myself so that they will follow me. That is why you have to be very, very careful whenever you are doing whatever you are doing. The kind of things you do, you have to be very careful. If you don't want them to be like that, please don't be like that. Don't say, after all, they are my children. I can take care of them. You can't take care of them. You lead by example. And when you lead by example, you see them when they grow up, when they go out there, their kind of person is that person that will always lead by example. Are you the one that usually call them together and discuss things? That is who they are going to be tomorrow. When things happen, are you the one that will call together and make sure you handle it in a way that nobody is cheated? You are being fair. You see those children, when they go out there, they will be fair to people. They will be fair in their judgment. Do you hate people anyhow for no just reason? You see your children hating people. This thing is not a one-way thing. It's two ways. You, the father, will contribute, and the mother will contribute too. It's not the mother is good and the father is bad, or the father is good and the mother is bad. You see them having this two sides character that you don't understand, because they pick up this, they are confused. And when they are confused, they go out there. They go out there And someone can easily confuse them because they don't know which one to take. Because the mother is like this, the father is like this. And when they go out there and someone tells them it's this way, they have the good and the bad by their side. So if they get the bad person outside that will tell them the bad one is the good one, they follow the bad one. If they are fortunate enough to get a good person that will tell them the good side is the one, they'll follow the good one. That is why father and mother should work together to bring the children up. As long as two of you are living together with these children, you work together to bring them up. Don't let the father be doing A, be going up, the mother is going down. You are confusing those children. You're going to confuse them. So, in those days we are now, we need to be very, very careful in bringing these children up. We need to be very, very careful with what we do, what we say, and how we behave, even the way we relate with people. If you're someone that is always insultive, you see your children go out there, they are insultive. This is why sometimes when a child behaves, people want to know who the parents are. I know that sometimes children might be influenced by their friends outside. But most times, what those friends influence are just their everyday life, everyday behavior. Maybe the kind of, but if that child has been given the basic foundation by the parents, even if they are being misled, they will get to a point that they will know, that they will turn back and say, no, this is not who I am. But if you have been leading them, if you have been living that kind of life that they will meet outside there, that would ruin them. When they see it, they said, after all, my father is doing like that. After all, my mother is doing like that. So I have to do like that. Even if I do it, it doesn't mean anything. But when you have given a child the basics through your own behavior, when he or she goes outside there and someone is trying to teach them otherwise, it will take them time to follow. And even if you take them, it takes them time to follow. Even if they try to follow, at a point, they will remember who they are and turn back. That is it. Because even if after going out there, they still come inside and meet you, the person you are, they go outside there, at a point, they will know, even if they are doing that bad thing outside, they will know that what they are doing is not good. But if they are doing something outside, they come in, you tell them this is not good. It's just like someone, you are telling your child, smoking is not good. Smoking is unhealthy, this and that. And you are smoking. What message did you pass? You're not passing any message with your words. That child will not listen to you. You tell your child, when you go out there, you should not fight people. You should not make troubles. But you're making troubles. Even in the house, you and your wife are always fighting. So, what do you think the child will do when they go out there? You're just teaching them how to solve the problem. So what you are saying doesn't yield anything. It's your behavior that will change your child. If you show that child the right behavior, they will go out there and be confident of themselves. They know who they are. They will know where they stand. But when you say another and do another, your children, they don't know where they are standing. They can't even differentiate anything when they go out there. They are easily touched, influenced by their friends. So if they have the good ones, good for you. If they have the bad ones, sorry. And all those things, they will still bring it back to you at home. They make trouble outside, you will still be the one to go and answer for it. So why don't we? Why is it hard for us parents to change our lives? Whenever you start having children, you need to change those simple things. Those things that you think they don't matter, but yet they matter. You know the good, you know the bad. Whenever you start making babies, bringing children into this world, you need to change. You need to change for good. You need to come back for you to breed the better of you. I know that most of us that lived reckless life or lives that are not acceptable, we don't want our children to follow that kind of life, that kind of behavior. That is why we need to change it, so that they don't follow such, so that they don't make mistakes that we have made. If you know you have made mistakes, don't let your children make the same mistake. It will not be nice for them to make the same mistake. That is why you need to change it. Or if you are whatever, or you want your children to live healthy, you need to live healthy too. You show them by example, not by reading it out to them. Another thing is your culture, wherever you come from. Let your children know your culture. And you will not tell them about your culture by just reading it. You behave the way your people behaves. You show them how your people are through your character. You associate with your people. And that's the way your children will also associate with them tomorrow. If you're somebody that you don't associate with your people, they don't know you. Your children don't know them. Who are they? Where are you selling out your children to? Who are they going to be tomorrow? Who do you think they would be tomorrow? They will grow up not knowing who they are. All because of your behavior. Your behavior influences your child's personality. Be that person that you want your child to be. Be that man that you would want your child to be tomorrow. Be that woman that you will want your child to be tomorrow. Don't think there is magic. Sometimes God will help. God will help you. At a point, that child will change to be good. But then the basics that child will go, it works. Rarely does it work. But the basics that child needs comes from you. The values that child will have is from you. You have the responsibility of teaching your child the core values of life. They will learn it from you. What are you spiritual? What is your religion? Your children can only learn it from you. They can't learn it outside. If you don't give them the basics, if you don't lay the foundation for them through your character, through your behavior, it will be very hard for them to know where they stand. So always look at yourself as that mirror that they see. You look at you as the role model, the example they see, who they want to be. Sit down today and ask yourself, as a mother, are my kids proud to take me as their role model? You, a father, sit down and ask yourself, are my kids proud to take me as their role model? Don't be that kind of person that your children will look over you and take another person as their role model. And you who is always busy, who is always working, leaving your children with your maid, leaving your children with the nanny. You have to be very careful the kind of person that comes near your children. If you are not always there with them, because they are going to pick up the character or behavior of that person that is staying with them. You have to be that is why you need to be very careful the kind of people you leave your children with when you are not there. If you are the kind of person that is always busy and you leave them, you have a caregiver, you have someone that takes care of them, be very careful, because that is another way that children begin to misbehave. It depends on who is always with them. Who do they see? What character do they emulate? That person that stays with them every time is the person that will take up their character. They will behave like. So once in a while, even if you are busy, I know it's not easy, but once in a while, even if you are busy, make sure you impart on these children. Make sure you are always close to them to know who their role model is. Today, try to know who your children's role model is. Try to know. Sometimes, some of these children, they don't take you as their role model. If you find out they are not taking you as their role model, please check what you are not doing well. Check where you are not getting it well. And turn around immediately so that it will not be too late for you tomorrow. Like I always say, it's not now that you will feel it. It's when you are getting old. That's when you will feel what is happening to you now. I used to tell some people one time that as you are now, when you get old, you want your child, maybe when you go out, when the child goes out, you want your child coming back, the child will buy something for you and this and that. You will be expecting that. When you come back, you say, what did you, you didn't even bring anything for me. My dear, if you are that kind, that now you don't even, when you are coming back, you don't even buy anything for them while coming back. Learn it now. You are that type that if you go out, you're coming back, you come back empty-handed. My dear, when you get old, if they are coming to visit you, they are coming empty-handed. There is no magic about it. It's what they learned from you. Are you that type, they want something now? You tell them it is not there. Even if it's there, it is not there. My dear, tomorrow, they will continue to tell you it is not there. So you see why we should always be very careful what we do in front of our children. Because it will enter into them. It's not going to go out easily. It will be very hard. Because they've seen it as the normal way. What they see you doing as a parent is their normal way. That's why they pick it up. Except that child that is so fortunate to get good people around that will know that what their parents are doing is not good. Watch yourself. Check yourself. Now, what are those characters of your parents that influenced you? Then use it now to know that whatever you do influences your child. Don't say, I told them. I told them they should not do this. They will do it because you are doing it. You want them, you come to the house and you want them to clean up the house, but you're not cleaning up. You just sit down, do this, do that. They will not do it unless you get up there and start doing it with them. These are the kind of children we have now. So, my dear people, I think I will have to stop here for today. And we will have to revisit this topic again. Parents, we are the ultimate role model for our children. So we need to make amends where possible, where we need to make amends. Check where you need to make amends so that you will reform the lives of your children. Thank you so much for listening to this topic today. And please meet us here next Sunday for another topic on parenting. Thank you so much. And remain blessed.